72nd District Court here in St. Clair County. I'm presently, and I'm the only candidate that has filed for this position to be on the ballot. I want to tell you a little bit about me, though, first. First off, I guess going back, I'm married. I live in Algonac with my wife. I've been married for 16 years, I have 2 children. My daughter is 10, and my son is now 12. We lived in Algonac. Basically, I've lived in Hulewicz since 1988. I went to law school. First, I went to Michigan State University, received a degree in business. I then went to law school at the Detroit College of Law. In 1989, as I graduated from Michigan State, I sought an internship here with now Judge Cleveland, but prosecuting attorney Cleveland at that time. And I took a job with him as an intern. And from that experience, I went through law school and I continued in that position. I then, in 1993, graduated from law school and accepted a job from then new prosecutor Woody Brown. And I worked for Woody as an assistant prosecutor for approximately 4 years. At that point, I decided that I wanted some different experiences in my career. I had prosecuted all this time. I had been an intern in that office here in Port Huron. And so what I did is I joined a law firm that practices in mainly business law. I worked with the lawyers of Norm Beauchamp, Chuck Kelly, Dave Whipple, David Keith Zick, and myself. We formed a partnership and we were partners there, and I was a partner there for approximately 8 years in that firm. Did all kinds of different things. Did municipal law, did criminal law from a defense standpoint. I also practiced estate law. Kind of got the whole round of things that you see in Port Huron in that experience. Then in 2004, when Mike Wendling was elected as prosecutor for the county, which he presently holds in that position, Mike Wendling asked me to come back and return to my roots and be his chief assistant prosecutor. That's a position that I've held since 2005 and I continue to hold today. So at this point, I'm second in command with Mike Wendling in the office. Basically, I run the budgets in the office, I manage the attorneys in the office, and kind of help decide how we bring cases, criminal cases are investigated, and how we bring them into the office. That's kind of some of my, I guess, educational background, my background in who I've been as a lawyer. The district court position, you may ask, why did I decide, why am I not running for circuit court? Frankly, I decided I would not run for circuit court when the seat came open. Judge Cooley's position came open kind of suddenly for me. Happily, it was a position I'd always wanted. The district court, to kind of tell you what it does, is the district court handles cases that are civil cases, first off. They handle civil cases that are under $25,000. They also handle misdemeanor cases punishable by up to 1 year. That's a trial court for those kinds of cases. It handles civil infraction cases. But basically, any criminal case that is started in this county that is a state charge is going to go through the district court, because the district court has to examine every felony case, even those ones that are punishable by more than 1 year, and they have to decide whether there's probable cause to believe a crime was committed and probable cause to believe that that defendant committed. A very important thing, because somebody's probably incarcerated or under charges at that point. And if the evidence isn't there, the court has to check to the prosecutor's discretion. That's basically what the district court does. There's many other things, of course. There's landlord-tenant cases, there's small claims cases. The district court is a very busy court. I like to think of it, and I call it the people's court, because any one of us can find ourselves in that court. It's a court that, if you get a speeding ticket and you decide you don't like it, that's where you're going to go to fight. So any of us can find ourselves there. Whereas circuit court handles more, I don't want to say more serious things, but they handle things that are punishable by more time in prison or by greater money issues involved in the dispute. So that's who I am. The reason I'm running for the district court is because, frankly, I think that there's more interaction with the people. I think that there's more opportunity to do good and to help people in that capacity, because you are dealing with everybody. So that's why I'm running.
I would just just like to pose one question, and I think one of the frustrations a lot of Americans face today is that while we would look at legislators specifically, and then say the Supreme Court at the state level or the federal level as handling cases of socially divisive issues, even so, depending on who a prosecuting attorney is and who a judge is, and would determine, okay, whether or not they're going to hear a case. I'm going to have to deal with this timer here. Anyhow, my question is this. With socially divisive issues, where would you stand on the issues of abortion? An example would be this. One prosecuting attorney might file murder charges, say murder one for premeditated murder of a female. But if she were carrying a fetus, or what I would call unborn baby, you might have a prosecuting attorney who would say, well, I'm also charging you with manslaughter or whatever charge it would be in the case of this. Also, this unborn baby, another prosecuting attorney might not even say, we're not even going to go there. A judge might not permit such a charge to be brought forth. What are your positions on divisive social issues such as abortion, gay rights, things like that?
One thing you'll find, I think, from all the judicial candidates is that we are, as lawyers and also as judicial candidates and as judges, we're bound by different ethical considerations than folks running for, let's say, state senate or representative positions. We're not allowed to play, in my opinion, the what if or what would I do type game, because you can't, as a judge, tell people what you're going to do or how you'll handle a case. I guess to try to be fair to the question and try to answer it is, and I think you'll hear this from whether it's Mrs. Armstrong, Mrs. Lane, or Mr. Downey, I think what they're going to tell you is going to follow the law. And following the law means applying the fact patterns of every simple case that comes before you to the law that's existing and coming to what I would say is a fair decision. So in other words, you have to look at every set of facts. You have to look at the law that applies to those set of facts that exists. That's what judges do. They don't make law, they follow the law.